So I've been listening to this great song / watching this wonderful movie. It's called The Greatest Showman. I thought I'd play a little bit of it for you right here, right now. One of my faves.
And you're more than you could ever be, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a couple of for you on this yellow worksheet. You only really have to do 6 or 7 of each type of solving. So let's get to it, huh? Let's do question number 3. So you have to try to do question number 1. So first I'm going to write it out for you. When you're looking at the question, you always have to ask yourself first, what is the base? You have to be able to look at the problem and know what the base is. When I'm looking at this problem, this base here is 36. Then you have to think, is it an exponential base or is it a log base? This one's an exponential base. Opposite of exponential is a log base. So you want to match your bases. So I'm going to go log base 36 on this side. So this side of the equation is that. Whatever you do to one side of your equation, you must do to the other side of your equation. So if you do log 36 or base 36 of the other side. Now on my left hand side, my two bases, they cancel each other out, leaving me with my exponent. So I have negative 2x plus 1. I would put this right here into your calculator. And if you put that in your calculator, you should get 1.5. And now you just solve it like normal. So first I'm going to subtract my 1, and I get 0.5, divide by negative 2, and now we get that x is equal to negative 0.25. Again, that was, wait for it. Question number 3. Wow. I'm going to do another one on this side of the sheet of paper. Question number 8. Looking at question number 8. Question number 8 says 4 raised to the x power minus 5 is equal to 12. The first thing you have to do is you have to get your base by itself. So first I have to look, what is my base? This is my base. I have to get that by itself first. So I have to first add my 5 over to both sides of my equation. So now I have 4 to the x power is equal to 17. So I have to think, what's my base? My base here is 4. So I do log base 4 on this side of my equation. That means I have to do log base 4 on the other side. These two bases cancel each other out, leaving me with just my x. And if I put log base 4 of 17 into my calculator, I get 2.04, and that would be my answer. So again, what is my base? Now if you flip the paper over, do one of these problems. Let's just start off with question number 22. Now one important thing about question number 22, I did write up on the board that I do want you to change the problem. So this is log base 3. Change it to base 3 of 4x is equal to negative 1. So again, your first question when you're looking at this is, what's my base? This is my base. Is it a log base or is it exponential base? This one happens to be a log base. So the opposite of a log base is an exponential base. That means I have a number 3, that's an exponential base, is equal to a number 3 exponential base. Your equation goes inside the exponent. So this becomes log base 3 of 4x. This becomes 3 raised to the negative 1 power. Now again, my exponential and log bases cancel each other out. So I just have 4x. If you put 3 to the negative 1 into your calculator, you would get 1/3, or else you could put 0.33. And then if you did this, divide by 4, because that says multiplying, x would be equal to 0.08 or 1/12. So I'll do 2 more on this side of the worksheet. First one I'll do, look for a tough one, I'm going to do question number 28. And again, 28, if you look at the board, I told you to change it to log base 4. This has parentheses. If it has parentheses, that means that's taking the log of that whole parentheses. So I'm not going to add 25 first because I'm taking the whole log of that. So your first thing you want to do is get your log by itself, which it already is. What's my base? My base here is 4. I have a log base. Opposite of a log base is an exponential base. So it has an exponential base 4. That means my actual equation becomes now my exponent. My actual equation becomes my exponent. My two bases cancel each other out, leaving me with x minus 25. This becomes x minus 25. 4 squared is 16. Add over my 25. I get x is equal to 41. 41. It's 42, guys. I tricked you. The answer is 41. And the last one that I'm going to do here is 31. 31. Probably the harder one on here. Because why do we have something like this as a hard one? We have to first condense my actual problem. Meaning I have to write this as one single log before I can start solving it. So my one single log is log. I see subtraction, that means division. If there's a 2 on the outside, that becomes an exponent, so I have x squared. Subtraction means the 4 here goes on bottom, is equal to 2. And now I may solve. There's no base here. If there's no base here, that means the base is always 10. Remember, the base is always 10 unless if there is a base. If there's no base, the base is always 10. It's an exponential base. So if it's an exponential base, that means I want to do the opposite, it's log base. So I want to do the exponential base. Meaning these two bases will cancel each other out, leaving me with x squared over 4 is equal to 100. 10 squared, this right here is 10 squared, it's equal to 100. And you solve that. X squared is equal to 400. Now when I take the square root, you typically have two answers. However, you could not take the log of a negative number. So I only really have one answer, which is x is equal to 20. And that is all I have for you. You have to try to attempt the other problems by yourself. However, you have a great day. You have like the greatest day you could possibly have. You think it, you dream it, you believe it, the greatest day. Kind of like The Greatest Showman. Yep, it's a great movie, The Greatest Showman.
And you know you can't go back again to the world that you were living in, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. So come alive.
Great tune, great tune. I highly suggest anyone go watch this movie. Highly suggest it. One of my favorite songs. Alrighty then, you have a great one.